Hey guys, hello everyone, welcome to Rasayan Academy. So guys, now we are going to continue our discussion on bioinorganic, and in this particular video I am talking about the zinc based metalloproteins. So there is a lot to study in bioinorganic chemistry. It's a very broad topic, but we are just going to discuss all those important things जो कि आपकी CSR net और GATE में आ रही है and in similar examinations. And this is one of those topics, zinc based metalloprotein. So actually metalloproteins जो कि metallo enzymes है mostly, so most of the enzymes which are zinc based we are going to discuss all of them. ठीक है, तो ये देखो zinc protein and their function. I have made a small table over here. So in this particular table you will be able to know in short कि कौन से enzyme का या कौन से protein का क्या function है. ठीक है, for example, number 1, carboxypeptidase. You all have heard about this. This has been asked in the CSR net exam a lot of times. So what is the role of carboxypeptidase? Hydrolysis of the C-terminal peptide bond. ठीक है, तो C-terminal जो peptide bond है, what does that mean? See, this is how the protein chain continues. It forms an amide bond, and there is another R group, and there is going to be another let's say amide linkage, so on and so forth. It goes on continuing. Now we only need to talk about this. अब ये जो है, this is the amide bond and the protein goes on continuing. इस साइड के ऊपर जो फाइनल प्रोटीन आएगा या फिर लेट्स से फाइनल अमीनो एसिड आएगा on this side, this is going to have a carboxylic acid group that is going to be the C terminal end, and this side where you are going to have the N terminus, because now it is going to end up like this. ठीक है, R के बाद यहाँ NH2 आएगा. So there is a free amine that is going to be the N terminal, where there is a free carboxylic acid, there is going to be the C terminal. ठीक है, so carboxypeptidase क्या करता है? Breaks one amino acid of the whole protein from the C terminal side. That is the role of carboxypeptidase. Okay. Second is carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase, as the name goes, used for the hydration of carbon dioxide. So hydration of carbon dioxide means conversion of carbon dioxide into a bicarbonate. Okay, तो वो conversion जो है वहाँ पे use होता है carbonic anhydrase. Okay. Third is thermolysin. So thermolysin is used for the hydrolysis of peptides. Alkaline phosphatase is used for the conversion or hydrolysis of phosphate esters. Very, very important. Alcohol dehydrogenase. Just as the name says, इसका काम है hydride transfer from the alcohols to NAD positive. इस तरीके से जो प्रोटॉन ट्रांसफर है वो होता है. सो अल्कोहल डिहाइड्रोजनेज, at every step of our biological system there is an enzyme which is doing its job perfectly, most efficiently. तो उसका एक ही काम होता है और वो एक ही काम बहुत अच्छे से करता है, right? Phospholipase C. All right, this is doing the hydrolysis of phospholipids, again has zinc in it. Dipeptidase has zinc in it, so hydrolysis of the dipeptides, that is having just 2 amino acids. Leucine aminopeptidase, hydrolysis of the leucine N-terminal peptide residues. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Hydrolysis of those peptides where, what are peptides? Those are just the short form of proteins. Okay, बहुत सारे peptides मिलके एक protein बनता है बड़ा सारा. Now, what is leucine N-terminal? मतलब कि in a peptide chain where on the N-terminus side you find a leucine, that particular leucine is going to be hydrolyzed by in the presence of leucine aminopeptidase. Okay. Then comes superoxide dismutase. This is important. You have heard about this. This has been asked. इसका काम बहुत जरूरी है. क्यों? Disproportionation of this dioxygen radical. So this is very important. All right. Insulin. Yes. Zinc important structurally. अब यहाँ पे जो zinc है, it is important because of the it's included in the structure. जब structure में जरूरी होता है तो वो actual enzyme नहीं होता है, वो apoenzyme बोल सकते हैं, या फिर basically it is structurally connecting to the enzyme to help it do the reaction. All right. न्यूक्लियर ट्रांसक्रिप्शन फैक्टर्स वेयर जिंक इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. जब ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होता है तो वहां पे भी जिंक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, राइट. सो दीज टू थिंग्स आर metalloproteins of zinc, where zinc is more important structurally as compared to in these where it is important reaction wise. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. Zinc 2 plus ion is a good Lewis acid, and there is a question based on this. Many a times it has been asked that why zinc is preferentially zinc 2 plus preferentially present at many metalloenzyme position. Why not iron, why not copper? Zinc ही क्यों present होता है? Okay, so that is a very important question. Eventually we will answer it. Okay, so zinc 2 plus first of all is a very good Lewis acid and can catalyze condensation and hydrolysis reaction at a physiological pH. No other high temperature, low temperature, nothing. At our body pH, body temperature, very nicely it can catalyze. देखो इसका क्या है, it is having a tetrahedral coordination number. It is also a very good Lewis acid. Both of these factors actually help zinc 2 plus in becoming a very good catalyst or becoming a very good reaction center for a lot of reactions. Okay, आगे चलते हैं, ये देखते हैं. For example, we have a reaction RAH plus BOH reacts to give, this is going to be like a simple acid base reaction. So this proton is replaced and you have a RAB and water molecule eliminated. ठीक है, तो ये एक reaction है. Now what is happening over here? If let's say A is amide group NH like this and B is going to be a carboxylic group, then after the removal of water you get either a peptidases, you get a peptide bond. So this is done by peptidase, lactamase and collagenases. तो ये तीन एंजाइम है जो इस टाइप के बॉन्ड अमाइड बॉन्ड बनाते हैं. Okay, because this will be an amide then. This is going to be an amide which is going to form a C double bond O NH type of bond. Next, if A is an oxygen and B is an this B is also a carbonyl, then your ester is going to form. तो ester बनेगा यहाँ पे. That is done by esterases. If A is an oxygen again and this B is a phosphate or let's say a phosphite group, तो क्या बनेगा? Phosphate बनेगा. It's going to form a phosphate. That is going to be a PO4 3 minus. Okay, so what is the name of that particular enzyme? Phosphatases or nucleases. Two important enzymes of zinc who are doing this reaction. So functionally also I have given you in very brief that this is how it is going to behave. The zinc metalloproteins are going to behave enzymatically. आगे चलते हैं guys, and there are the two most important or actually three more most important enzymes of zinc that we are going to discuss. First one being very simple, carboxypeptidase. तो as I told you, C terminal amino acid को break करता है, ठीक है. But we also have to see the structure, because when we are talking about an enzyme, we at least need to know about the reaction site. तो देखो इसके बारे में बात करते हैं. इट इज अ हाइड्रोलेस एंजाइम. हाइड्रोलेसेस एक कैटेगरी होता है, हाइड्रोलेसेस. दैट मीन्स दे आर ओनली यूज्ड फॉर हाइड्रोलाइसिस ऑफ सम सबस्ट्रेट. ओके, it removes C-terminal amino acid from a protein. That also we have understood. This process is repeated until all the amino acid are removed from the C end. मतलब कि ये let's say protein है A B C D E F G H. All of these amino acids are present in a single protein. What is this carboxypeptidase doing? ये C terminus से आया, एक को break किया, ठीक है. H is broken, now G is again becoming C terminal. So उसको भी break किया, ये हट गया, F becomes C terminal. Broken. Every time it is going to break one down and it won't stop until all of the protein is going to be broken down. Protein or peptide is going to be broken down. ठीक है. Thus, this enzyme helps in degradation of peptides in biological system. जहाँ peptides बनाना जरूरी है, वहाँ break करना भी जरूरी है. Okay, to form new structures. So this one helps in breaking down. Okay. Now, the active site in carboxypeptidase has tetrahedrally coordinated Zn2 plus ions. Zinc 2 plus ions जो है, those are present on the active site. It is coordinated to two histidine residues. Two histidine, one glutamate residue and one water molecule. So who are tetrahedral? So look at this. There is going to be a zinc 2 plus, two histidine which are coming from a egg-like shell of the protein. ये जो chain shell है, it's an egg-like semicircular shell which has a protein chain of 307 amino acids, and from this you are having two histidine coming out. They are attaching to the zinc and one carboxylate of the glutamic acid. ये glutamic acid का side chain carboxylate है, okay, and one loosely bound water molecule. Okay, so that is actually the zinc reactive site. Now there is also a hydrophobic pocket. ये hydrophobic pocket होता है which actually protects this enzyme. Now the zinc 2 plus can also be replaced by copper 2 plus, giving same property. Okay, same tetrahedral nature, and it can also do the same job. Now the active site cavity has a hydrophobic pocket that accommodates the non-polar R of the C-terminal amino acid. तो let's say हमारे पास amino acid है, या let's say एक peptide molecule है. So while the polar part is interacting with zinc, while the, let's say, polar part where the zinc is reacting is reacting over here, तो ये जो chain है, hydrophobic chain, it is going to contain the rest of the amino acid. Okay, that is not going to run away into some other solution. It is going to protect that. So for that, the hydrophobic pocket is there of the substrate undergoing the hydrolysis. ठीक है, we will see how it actually works. Okay, it's very, very interesting. Alright, so let's see the mechanism how the reaction is happening. It's a very popular and a very simple mechanism also. So the bound water is converted to nucleophilic hydroxide. सबसे पहले क्या होता है? Zinc is connected to histidine, all right, of carboxylate of the glutamate, very good. It has a loosely bound water molecule. All right, so that loosely bound water molecule that is going to be converting into a nucleophile, जिसको हम बोलते हैं zinc bound hydroxide. It is a very important term, okay? Zinc bound hydroxide. So what happens is the other glutamate, this is a free glutamate, this is going to take away the proton from over here, all right, and then it is going to convert this into a OH. अब ये जो zinc bound hydroxide है, this is the actual nucleophile. This is the nucleophile who is going to attack on the carboxylic acid part, all right, of the or let's say the carbonyl part of the peptide chain. ठीक है, so the bound water is converted into nucleophilic hydroxide by interaction with glutamate 270. अब ये 270 और ये सब क्या है guys? ये कुछ नहीं है, ये just amino acid के number है which are connected into the protein chain, which then attacks the carbonyl carbon of the cis-acyl peptide bond. So very easy. अब ये देखो, याद रखो, this is the zinc bound hydroxide. How is it going to behave? This is the only part that we need to be concerned of in the reaction. अब देखो, ये वही वाला part है, zinc bound hydroxide. What it is going to do? First of all, the glutamic acid is going to take away the proton. ये बन गया हमारा zinc bound hydroxide. Or that hydroxide is going to attack the carbonyl. Which carbonyl? The carbonyl of the amine bond. हमें क्या करना है? Carboxypeptidase जो molecule है, the enzyme, it is going to break the carboxylic acid, or let's say it is going to break the group on the C terminal. तो ये हो गया C terminal. So it is going to attack on this kind of a molecule, on the carbonyl bond over here, such that the bond opens up and releases this bond over here. ठीक है, ये bond अगर खुल जाएगा तो definitely the carbonyl part and the amine part are going to be different now. तो वही ये कर रहा है. And as I said, this hydrophobic pocket has a specific role. हाइड्रोफोबिक पॉकेट, इसका क्या रोल है? इट इज गोइंग टू होल्ड ऑन टू द ऑर्गेनिक साइड ऑफ द peptide which is not reacting. The non-reacting part is going to stay over here so that this conformation is stable. ठीक है, ये हो गया A B. अब आते हैं C के ऊपर. C में क्या हुआ guys, देखो, the bond had opened up, the O minus has opened up. The O minus is going to actually coordinate with zinc. It is not opening up just like that. ये open करके zinc के साथ ही chelate करेगा because that is a stabilizing interaction. Okay. Then after that it falls back, this bond opens up, and जो ये bond open up हो रहा है, that is going to take away one of the protons from over here, such that your zinc is now bound to this oxygen, and this amine is free. Can you see that this amine is free over here? Only the hydrogen bonding is present, बाकी ये पूरा molecule free है. This is free. So what came out? The carbonyl came out. All right. So or we can say कि zinc के ऊपर फिर से water आ जाएगा, and this whole carboxylate group is going to come out. So this NH etc. and CH2 CO2 minus, this whole thing is going to come out. All right. So this is how the hydrolysis takes place. ये हो गया है carboxypeptidase A का function. All right. It's a very simple thing to do, very easy. अब आगे चलते हैं. We talk about carbonic anhydrase. Now this is a different enzyme, and it is again very popular. As I told you, there are the most popular 3 enzymes of zinc. Now what it is doing, carbonic anhydrase, it catalyzes the conversion of carbon dioxide to bicarbonate. Very simple. तो bicarbonate का क्या role है? Bicarbonate is going to be taken up by hemoglobin and transferred to the lungs so that it can break down over there and eliminated as CO2. So the active site contains the tetrahedrally coordinated Zn2 plus, the same. It is coordinated to 3 histidine residue and 1 water molecule. So this is different from carboxypeptidase. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? This zinc is connected to 3 histidine nitrogens and 1 water molecule. Now carbonic anhydrase are found in all kingdoms of life, occurring in animal, plants, several bacteria. They play an essential role in biological process like respiration, photosynthesis and in maintaining the pH. Obviously बात है guys, जब तक हम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को बाहर नहीं निकालेंगे सिस्टम से, तब तक ऑक्सीजन का क्या काम रहेगा? So definitely ऑक्सीजन हमें लेना है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड देना है. It is going to help in that process of respiration. Now this example I have shown you is the active site of human carbonic anhydrase 2. Now what is the function, what is the reaction that it is doing, वो भी देख लेते हैं. Don't be scared, okay? Everything is just the same as the carbonic or carboxypeptidase, पूरा same है. This is the catalytic mechanism of human carbonic anhydrase 2. So what happens is, again your zinc is bound, it is tetrahedral. It is bound to 3 of the nitrogen atoms and 1 of the oxygen. अब ये oxygen क्या है? If you see, it is a zinc bound hydroxide again. It is a zinc bound hydroxide. So what is it? It is the nucleophile in itself. This is the nucleophile itself. Okay. तो अब क्या होगा? Nucleophile क्या करने वाला है? This nucleophile is going to attack over CO2. So from here you are going to see कि oxygen CO2 पे attack करता है. ये देखो, this oxygen attacks on CO2. What happens is one of the bond opens up and it's quickly going to take away a proton or something. यहाँ positive आएगा, यहाँ negative आएगा, proton exchange हो सकता है. All right. What next? A distal histidine is always present to for the interaction for charges. ठीक है? ये देखो, अब क्या होगा? You have a O negative, here you have a O positive, ये proton इसको दे देगा. After giving the proton, what does it look like? You see, after giving the proton, this oxygen becomes neutral, this oxygen also becomes neutral, and both of them chelate to zinc. Both of them are going to chelate to zinc. After the after this step, water is just going to replace both of them. एक एक करके दोनों को रिप्लेस कर देगा वाटर. एक ऑक्सीजन को रिप्लेस किया है यहाँ पे, एंड आफ्टर दिस ऑक्सीजन ऑल्सो एलिमिनेट्स एंड यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द जिंक बाउंड वाटर. ठीक है. इट इज फर्दर गोइंग टू डू अ -H+. ये फिर से जिंक बाउंड हाइड्रोक्साइड हो गया है. अगेन द सेम रिएक्शन गोज अप. but we started from CO2 over here and we got यहाँ से elimination करके minus HCO3 minus, मतलब कि OH, C double bond O, and this is O minus. So what is this? Bicarbonate. So how nice. This is a very simple step for the conversion of CO2 to bicarbonate. बस आपको एक चीज याद रखनी है, that nucleophile is not zinc. Nucleophile is zinc bound hydroxide. So this oxygen is actually attacking over carbon. The next thing is, when the carboxylate has to be removed, it has to be made neutral, both oxygens coordinating to zinc. After that, water will replace them both one by one and finally give you this molecule. Okay, तो ये बहुत easy है याद रखना, it's not difficult. That is the enzymatic reaction of the carbonic anhydrase. Now let's see. The dissociated proton is transferred indirectly to histidine 64 via water molecules. जो protons टूट गए हैं, those are transferred indirectly to histidine 64. Now, histidine 64 shuttles these protons from the active site to the buffer in the solution, shifting the equilibrium in the forward direction in the favor of formation of hydroxide ion. Now, where the hydrides are going, alright, or basically where the protons are going, अगर proton नहीं है, then this OH is not going to be neutralized. Yes, ये क्या हो जाएगा और ज़्यादा active हो जाएगा. The enzyme then positions carbon dioxide for nucleophilic attack by the hydroxide, and the nucleophilic attack by the hydroxide on carbon dioxide produces a zinc bound bicarbonate. Addition of water displaces the bicarbonate, completing the cycle. So this is the overall mechanism in our writing. ये सारा का सारा mechanism जो है आप लिख सकते हो, इसको आप यहाँ से notes बना सकते हो. It is very simple, step by step, the same thing has been happening. Okay, so this is the mechanism of working of carbonic anhydrase. Now, here was a question in your CSIR NET exam. Guys, I might not take a lot of questions in this session because we need to understand and complete these topics. ये छोटे छोटे topics है जिससे हमेशा question आते हैं, so we need to complete them as quick as possible. Carboxypeptidase contains. So this one, carboxypeptidase, what does it contain? So let's answer this question. Carboxypeptidase contains. It's a very simple question, alright. What does it contain and what does it do? Carboxypeptidase contains Zn2+ and it breaks down the peptide bonds, hydrolyzes the peptide bonds. And what does carbonyl anhydrase do? That is going to break down the और बेसिकली डू द हाइड्रोलाइसिस ऑफ द CO2. तो ये जो है ये एनहाइड्रेज का काम है एंड ये काम है कार्बोक्सीपेप्टाइडेज का. सो यू नो देम बोथ नाउ. Now the third important enzyme that have been asked in your examination is LADH, that is liver alcohol dehydrogenase. ये भी आ चुका है एग्जाम में and let's know a little bit about it to be able to answer in the exam. Now, it catalyzes the oxidation of primary and secondary alcohol to the corresponding aldehydes or ketones by the transfer of a hydride anion to NAD positive with the release of a proton. तो इसका overall काम ये है, it is going to do the alcohol oxidation. So, just like the name says, alcohol dehydrogenase, removing a proton, removing a hydrogen from the alcohol is naturally going to give you a carbonyl. That hydrogen goes to NAD+ to become the NADH and the removal of one more proton. Now what happens is, it removes alcohol from the body. Alright, ये जो alcohol है उसको remove करता है ketone में convert करके. Now, it is the metalloenzyme consisting of two identical subunits, almost identical subunits. Each subunit consists of two types of zinc metal centers. The oxidation state of zinc is +2, most common oxidation state. तो ये इस type का दिखने वाला है. The first type of Zn2+ is at the active site of the metalloenzyme. So metalloenzyme का active site पे zinc रहता है. It is coordinated to 1 histidine and 2 cysteine this time. In the there's only a little difference. When you see the structure of this carboxypeptidase, you see that there is a zinc, 2 histidine, 1 carboxylate. Okay, then you see the structure of carbonic anhydrase, 3 histidine and 1 water. Okay, it's always tetrahedral. Then next we see liver alcohol dehydrogenase, 1 water, 1 histidine and 2 cysteine. Only slight difference in the structure, always tetrahedral. It is coordinated to 1 histidine, 2 cysteine water molecule in a distorted tetrahedral geometry at the active site of the metalloenzyme. तो हम इसके बारे में और बात करेंगे guys. The second type of Zn2 plus is coordinated to 4 cysteine ligands, all the same. It is an inactive site as it is inaccessible to substrate and solvent because water नहीं है, removable water नहीं है, so it's only going to be it's inaccessible to the substrate and the solvent. So what it is doing actually, let's see. So how the action of this metalloenzyme takes place. The active site is electrophilic in nature. How does it become electrophilic? क्योंकि again zinc के पास तो zinc bound hydroxide होगा, 1 histidine and the other cysteine. The other two are cysteine. This is the accessible site, okay? So nitrogen of histidine and 2 sulfur, and this is the zinc bound hydroxide that you are going to take. Now what it is nucleophilic in itself. तो ये क्या करेगा? ये electrophile को invite करेगा. So it is going to invite the electrophile. It attaches and lowers the pKa of the alcoholic OH. Okay, or you can do one more thing over here. यहाँ पे जो इसका work है थोड़ा सा अलग है. Because I guess when there is an alcohol present like this, the OH should be able to attack over the zinc and remove the water molecule. Yeah, then it is going to be electrophilic in nature. Okay, yes, that is how it works. Promoting hydride transfer to NAD plus via the formation of a zinc 2 plus alkoxide complex. Yes, so alcoholic OH is going to replace this water molecule. Alright, like that. Now NAD plus acts as a coenzyme. Alright, कई सारे molecule ऐसे होते हैं which when they connect to the enzyme, then only the enzyme is going to actually function. So that is known as a coenzyme. Now sequence of events भी देख लेते हैं. The enzyme binds to NAD plus, then it becomes a proper enzyme that induces a conformational change and releases a proton from H2O ligand of zinc at the active center. The alcohol binds to the active zinc and the alkoxide complex is produced. First step. Second step, a hydrogen is transferred to NAD positive from the alkoxide. The alcohol part is oxidized now. And the fourth part is the carbonyl compound aldehyde or ketone is released by dissociation from the enzyme. तो इस तरीके से 4 step complete हो गए. Only 4 steps are required. Okay. So since we have done like most of the mechanism, we are not going to like draw everything, each and everything. These are the 4 steps that are actually taking place in the liver alcohol dehydrogenase. Just the oxidation of alcohol, and zinc is going to help in the removal of the hydrogen and the proton being taken up by this system. Alright, तो ये थोड़ा सा आपको याद रखना है और structure याद रखना है, बस that's it. What is the role of this? That's it. That's what you have to remember. नेक्स्ट इज सुपर ऑक्साइड डिसम्यूटेज. ये भी एक अच्छा बहुत बार पूछा हुआ एंजाइम है. अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स इट हैज बीन आस्क्ड. सुपर ऑक्साइड डिसम्यूटेज SOD, इसका क्या काम है, इसका स्ट्रक्चर क्या है एंड व्हाट डज इट डू, ऑल दोज थिंग्स विल टॉक अबाउट. सो what happens is when you are having a super oxide like this, उसको break down करना है, convert this into either a dioxygen and one peroxide. So it's like disproportionation kind of a reaction. When there is H2O2, there are many similar working enzymes guys. Catalases, peroxidases, superoxide dismutases. ये तीनों में बहुत confusion होता है सबको. We will also talk about the catalases and peroxidases in a separate video. Here, understand what is the role of this. What does the catalase do? Catalase breaks down the peroxide into oxygen and water. तो ये भी disproportionation है, -1 से 0 and -2 जा रहा है. Okay, and what does the superoxide dismutase do? It converts the superoxide ion into oxygen and hydrogen peroxide. Okay, that much only it is going to do. Superoxide into oxygen and peroxide. अब इसके बाद में क्या होता है? That is the responsibility of other enzymes. Then the catalase converts the hydrogen peroxide into oxygen and water, hence breaking down the harmful superoxide. Okay, तो ये देखो, sequential addition of electrons to dioxygen during the action of oxygenases or oxidative phosphorylation produces harmful species like superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, all of these. तो उनको काउंटर करने के लिए कुछ बहुत अच्छे एंजाइम है हमारे पास, that is superoxide dismutase, which counters O2 minus, breaks this down into oxygen and peroxide. Now peroxide further broken down by catalases. Okay. This species can be eliminated by superoxide dismutases and catalases together. Okay, अब इसका हमने function देख लिया. Now let's see the structure, because there was a question on structure about this. So eukaryotic SODs contain copper zinc active center, मतलब कि हम बात कर रहे हैं normal cells with the cell walls. तो जो भी organisms होते हैं who are having a cell with a cell wall, mostly mammals and vertebrates mostly, तो उनमें क्या होता है, copper zinc active center होता है. Not only zinc, there is copper also, so please remember this. So copper and zinc atom are connected through an imidazole ring of the histidine. This is how it is connected. Definitely it is aromatic ring, just the skeleton is given. So copper connected to 3 histidine, just like in hemocyanin. Zinc connected to 2 histidine and 1 aspartic acid. ठीक है. Now both of these are bridged by the 2 nitrogens of the imidazole of the histidine amino acid. Histidine amino acid का आपको structure पता होगा. There is a imidazole ring in that. So both of these are connected like this. Now, how does what is basically happening? Let's see. During catalysis, the copper binds to superoxide and cycles between +1 and +2 oxidation states. So actually copper is binding to the superoxide, not zinc. Remember this, it is an important point. Copper binds to the superoxide. Conversion of superoxide to oxygen occurs when the copper is reduced from +2 to +1. क्योंकि देखो क्या हो रहा है, ऑक्साइड, सुपर ऑक्साइड के पास एक एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन है. दैट एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन copper 1 plus copper 2 plus can take and convert to copper 1 plus. Okay, and conversion of superoxide to hydrogen peroxide occurs when copper is oxidized from +1 to +2, because now when when it is giving an electron to copper 2 plus, तो ये क्या बन जाएगा, ये ऑक्सीजन बन जाएगा. But when it is taking an electron from copper 1 plus, then it is going to become O2 2 minus and copper 2 plus. उसको प्रोटॉन देने से बन जाएगा peroxide. When it is provided 2 protons, it's going to become H2O2. Alright. So that is exactly what happens. The reaction actually happens at the copper center, because it can do the switching between +1 and +2. Usually zinc cannot do that. Zinc का खाली +2 ही रहता है. Copper can switch, and that's why it's like a redox kind of a reaction. Okay, so look at both of these reactions, you will realize it is the same thing. Now prokaryotic SODs contain either iron or manganese instead of copper and zinc, because again they can also switch in between the oxidation states. Some prokaryotes also contain nickel. Alright, so we just have to know that eukaryotic cells or eukaryotes like us, we are going to have in the superoxide dismutase, we are going to have copper and zinc. Now ये एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है जो हम बात करेंगे इसके बारे में. Why are the D block elements, D metals such as manganese, iron, cobalt, copper are present in the redox system in preference to zinc, gallium, calcium, all of these? Okay, so why in the redox system only, redox enzyme? Because the other enzymes, zinc is present. You have seen zinc is in many enzymes. Okay, but this one is a redox enzyme. Why here copper is doing the job? Because manganese, iron, cobalt, copper, they occur naturally in redox enzyme, because they can have at least 2 stable oxidation state जिनके बीच में वो switch कर सकते हैं, +1 +2 +2 +3 like that. So redox reaction involve the cyclic oxidation and reduction of the metal ion, जिसकी वजह से zinc, जिसके पास सिर्फ +2 है, gallium again, calcium again, they only have 1 stable oxidation state. So they can catalyze other reactions but not the redox reaction. Okay, yes. So hence they cannot be oxidized or reduced at physiological potentials. However, zinc and calcium are also present in biological system to carry out other functions. वो हमने काफी सारा देख लिया है. Okay, so I hope that you have got some idea about the most popular metalloproteins and metalloenzymes. All right. अब हम बात करेंगे catalases and peroxidases की, because they are very similar. They share a very similar role to superoxide dismutase and it causes a lot of confusion to students. तो आज वो confusion दूर ही कर देते, तीनों को पढ़ लेते हैं एक साथ. Now we talk about catalases and peroxidases. Now, even though, so what's their job? Their job is actually to counter the dioxygen radical or the superoxide, like that. Even though essential for almost every form of life on Earth, oxygen has unfortunately been the source of various toxic substances such as hydrogen peroxide, such as superoxide, known as a reactive oxygen species. ये आपको पता ही है कि oxygen is good, but the superoxide as well as the peroxide, they are not good. Okay, so इसको हम कैसे हटाएंगे? Hydrogen peroxide, a frequently encountered reactive oxygen species, is generated as a consequence of oxidative cellular metabolism, जो हमने अभी पहले देखा था. All right, which may break down into highly reactive hydroxy radicals OH. Now, nature has evolved efficient protein complexes known as catalases and peroxidases that are able to do the decomposition of these reactive species at a reasonable rate. तो हम उसके बारे में थोड़ा डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. Now, what do we see over here? What is happening? This is a scheme which is depicting the generation of the ROS, reactive oxygen species, and the consequent damage which is caused by them. What it can do if not stop. So, this is for general knowledge, guys. Otherwise, you can just study what is the role of catalysis and peroxidases. पर आपको पता होना चाहिए कर क्या रहा है. Now, there are many sources of these reactive oxygen species in our body. Many sources, बहुत अलग-अलग sources से prepare किया बनता है. Mitochondria, because a lot of metabolism is going on, powerhouse of the body. Endoplasmic reticulum, NADPH oxidase, xanthine oxidase, additional oxidases, nitric synthesis. तो वहां से O2 minus peroxide superoxide form में बनता है. The nitric oxide also is released. Both of these are very harmful. This converts to peroxide after taking one more proton. That is going to take the iron, convert into OCl minus, OH minus, and this is again very active species of nitrate. Now, what can they do collectively? They can do a particular DNA damage, all of them. Carbonylation of proteins and lipoproteins, nitration and lipid peroxidation of protein and lipoprotein. मतलब कि जो भी हमारा structure है वो किससे बना है? प्रोटीन से, DNA से बना है. It can break down all of them at a very micro level. So we need to get rid of these. Okay, how do we get rid of them? Let's see. First thing, अभी हमने just देखा था, what is the role of catalase? Is going to just convert the peroxide into water and oxygen, two very simple molecules. Okay, so catalase is one of the most potent heme containing enzymes. So please take note, it is a heme containing enzyme. Okay, that catalyzes the breakdown of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. It's a heme containing enzyme, so please pay special attention to it. Most catalases exist as tetramer of 4 polypeptide chain, each containing of 500 amino acid. So isn't it like hemoglobin? क्या difference है? ही में इसमें भी. So it exists as tetramer also of 4 polypeptide chain, but definitely the chains are different. Everything is different. Their roles are different. It has iron into a heme unit, just the same as hemoglobin, but the hemes are different. How catalases are going to work? The first step involved in the oxidation of heme to a oxoferryl species by one of the peroxide molecule. तो iron खुद oxidize हो रहा है. ये देखो iron was present in Fe3+. All right. that got completely oxidized into Fe4 plus. This is something very strange. Okay, so you must also remember this mechanism. If it is asked, you will be able to say directly. So there is this peroxide, इसने iron 3 plus को iron 4 plus में convert कर दिया. Whenever you see iron 4 plus, absolutely oxygen से connected है, इसको बोलते हैं oxoferryl species. Have you seen this before? Yes. While the formation of hematin. You have seen the same thing, but that was a little bit different because of the structure. Here it is oxoferryl of catalase. While the second step involves the regeneration of enzyme by another hydrogen peroxide molecule to produce water and oxygen. अब ये Fe4 plus हो गया, एक और peroxide आया. What is it going to do? This peroxide is now going to give electron to this system, and hence it is going to itself break down into water and die oxygen. Okay, so एक oxygen को electron दे रहा है, which becomes oxygen, एक ले रहा है, तो that becomes water. Alright, so what is it doing? Disproportionation of peroxide it is doing. Right? Ultimately तो यही हो रहा है, -1 into -2 and 0. So disproportionation of this. 2 molecules into 2 water and 1 oxygen. Now, this species over here, Fe bracket में E, this represents the iron center of the heme group attached to this enzyme. Alright, the catalase enzyme. And this Fe4E plus denotes the mesomeric form of Fe5E. दोनों सही है. Either you write the oxoferryl species as 4 in the examination if it is asked. ये भी ठीक है because E is having a positive charge now, or if you write iron in the 5 oxidation and E is neutral, that is also correct. So both of these are correct. That's why it's written mesomers, implying that iron has not been completely oxidized to +4, but just receiving some supporting electron from the heme ligand. So the oxidation state of iron can, under the physiological pH, can go as high as +5 with some support. Okay, उसका ये एक example है. Now we have understood what catalase is doing. Superoxide dismutase क्या कर रहा था? Superoxide को break कर रहा था into peroxide and oxygen. Peroxide and oxygen over here. This peroxide is going to be taken up by catalase and broken again down into water and oxygen. Now, yeah, this is the remaining of the mechanism as you can see over here. अब हम peroxidases का काम देखेंगे. What it is doing. What it is doing over here. Peroxidases. These are heme-containing proteins found in plant and animals, including humans. They act as catalysts to promote the oxidation of various compounds by reducing peroxides. So it is again working on peroxides, and peroxide के electron लेके किसी और को reduce कर रहा है. Okay, so peroxide when it is going to give electrons, it is going to do that in the presence of peroxidase. ये देखो. H2O2, AH2. So here A should be like -2 because protons are plus. Now what is happening? A is becoming neutral and the peroxide is taking 1 electron each. So oxygen तो -1 में है ना, एक electron और ले लेगा, then the oxygen is going to become -2. So these 2 electrons are coming from some other molecule. ये क्या हो गया है? Is going to be oxidized. Peroxide is going to be reduced. This is how it is happening. इसका example है horseradish peroxidase. Oxidative heme-containing enzyme derived from the root extracts of horseradish plant. Utilizing the hydrogen peroxide to oxidize a wide variety of organic as well as inorganic compound. So oxidation तो carry out होता ही रहता है. Why not also give the electron to this peroxide to let it like break down peacefully into water molecule? Right, that is a role, a very specific role of the peroxidases. It contains 2 metal centers, one of the iron heme group and 2 calcium atom which are essential for the structure and functional integrity of the enzyme. तो पूरा structure जानने की हमें जरूरत नहीं है. We just need to see how it is working and how its work is different from catalases. So guys, if you just want to remember this, make a table. Superoxide dismutase क्या काम करता है, catalase क्या काम करता है, peroxidase क्या काम करता है. Just make a table and do few examples. You will be able to remember them nicely. I know bioinorganic is difficult, but it is the type of questions are becoming increasingly difficult to answer. That's why it is important you study these things in detail. Now, this is the structure of the iron heme group in the horseradish peroxidase. Iron again connected to the heme unit, then one histidine, and one of the site is vacant for the coordination of the peroxide. Okay. Now, a very important difference between the catalase and the peroxidase is given over here. Catalase does the breakdown of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen, and peroxidase, they promote the oxidation of various compounds by reducing the peroxides. Okay, catalase compound 1 oxidizes a second H2O2 molecule to oxygen. तो मतलब एक क्या करता है, break down करता है water molecule को, and the second one again to oxygen. Peroxidase uses compound 1 to oxidize the other substrate rather than H2O2. तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है दोनों के बीच में. जस्ट गो थ्रू इट एंड मेक नोट्स ऑफ इट सो दैट यू रिमेंबर. Alright guys, so I will see you all in the next video. Till then, keep learning. This is a hard topic now, so keep learning. I will definitely bring up questions to make it more clear.